And welcome back everybody to Resident Evil 0. I'm having to do post commentary again on this video because I don't know why, but my microphone didn't record the commentary again. Also, the hotbog does appear to have cut about 5 seconds off the beginning of this video. Still not quite sure why it does that, but there's nothing I can really do about it. It's really annoying. I guess it's a bug with the software, and I'm really hoping, because the software is actually in beta at the moment, I really hope that's something that gets fixed when it comes out final release. Anyway, right, so let's go across the bridge, and this bridge looks eerily similar to a bridge that is coming up in Code Veronica. And the music's so Resident Evil 2 here. I love it. It reminds me so much of the Resident Evil 2 police station. And that is somewhere I'm really going to have to visit soon. Right. So let's have a look. We'll scout the outside of the building first. And Billy's running into a wall there. I suppose whatever floats your boat. And just scouting for items. It's locked from the other side. I was really hoping there might be some herbs here or something, but there isn't. Now that door doesn't seem to be getting any power, so we kind of only have one choice then. Into the cathedral. It's locked, but there doesn't seem to be a keyhole anywhere. Right, okay. It's a bit of an arse, but we can deal with that. But then I do remember this bit. Notice how all except one of these squares are pre-rendered. That's why it's a switch. So we get Rebecca to stand on the switch, and we send Bill to go and have a look. There's that really eerie flapping as well. It's those damn bats. And I really hate the bats in this game, and you'll see why later on. Not that much later, actually. So in here we can see it's seen better days, but it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Some kind of altar. There's an altar here. Despite its aura of divinity, you can't help but sense something ominous about it. Yep, well that just goes without saying in a Resi game. If it looks good, it probably isn't. And there's nothing else here apart from this door, so let's check it out. Aha! So we have a nice box of shotgun shells for us, a typewriter, which is always nice, and some flame rounds. There's a typewriter, yes. We decided to drop a save here, just because we have so many ink ribbons now, and there's even more there. It's getting a bit crazy. So we can afford to waste them, and in this game, like I've previously said, we don't get penalised for wasting them. Right, so I'm gonna grab the shotgun shells and the flame rounds, eh? Right, so we only have a handgun on us actually, and 35 shotgun rounds, which is pretty nice. Now Rebecca's got the shotgun, which doesn't really help us right now. And I was examining this room because it looks like there should be something in here, or at least some more stuff that you can examine, but there really isn't. It's a gorgeous room though. Right, so let's head back out here. Long loading. Remember I said bats? Yeah, big fecking ugly ass stinking bats. And this guy is a dick. He really is a pain in the ass. I actually get a few rounds in his butt cheeks there. But he decides to chuck me about a bit, which is fine. But I soon realise this guy's not to be messed around with, because he does so much damage. Look, Billy is already injured. Billy! Rebecca would have been a smear on the floor by now. Yeah, he's just making me look silly. So I decide to hightail it back into that room and think of a battle plan. Now, I have heard if you leave the room and go back in, he apparently dies. He doesn't. That is bullcrap. Whether he does on the GameCube version, I'm not sure. But I can say for certainty on the Wii version, he doesn't die. To be fair, that'd probably be quite handy if he did, because he does suck up quite a lot of ammo. So anyway, I decide my only option really is to get a better gun. And if you caught a quick glimpse of his wing then, you'd notice his wing's damaged, which I thought was pretty cool. It's actually got a hole in his wing. So here I'm like, okay. I think I try the shotgun next, maybe? Let's have a look. Yeah, I grabbed the F8 spray because he really does do so much damage. Yeah, we're going to take the shotgun. Or are we? I don't even know. I'm quite a few videos ahead of this now, so it's a bit hazy. Yep, okay. We are going to take the shotgun. So let's go with that then. Maybe? Now the shotgun is not... It's never an overly powerful weapon. It really is just a step up from the handgun. But against zombies, of course, it is absolutely devastating. So we get a good load of buckshot into his buns and his bollocks right there. And he starts throwing me around like a toy. If you have a parrot, you know what that's like. I have a parrot. They're bastards. That was a good shot right in his face. Now when you've done X amount of damage to him, as you can see, he has little minions come to aid him, and unfortunately the problem with that is these little bats do a hell of a lot of damage to you. So yeah, each time they hit you like that, they seem to knock a massive chunk of health off. A ridiculous amount of health, I should say. But this is, at this point in the game, I was just assuming that they're just weak little bats and they're barely doing anything. But no, look, there we go, dead. Fucking bat. However, I do now quickly come up with a good winning strategy. Now my strategy involves a bigger gun. Now we only have one other big gun, so we might as well use it. I can never gauge in a Resident Evil, I can never gauge just when it's time to break out the grenade launcher. Usually I either use it too early and then make the game really hard, or I use it too late. I've picked up the Magnum and then I've decided to use a grenade launcher, but by that time, most of the time, you're at the end of the game. So I kind of figure at this point we might as well, you know, smoke them if we got them, basically. It's better to use it and have fun with it than to finish the game with stacks of ammo. Right, so we're going to send Rebecca to run all the way back to get the grenade launcher. I have to say though, the graphics in this game are fantastic. They really, really have stood the test of time. They look absolutely gorgeous. Why Capcom hasn't done a HD remake of these two games. The remake and this one, I don't know. Considering how popular remakes are at the moment. And there's a damn few of them that I want to get, but I don't have a PS3 at the moment. And most of the ones I want are on the PS3. So here I'm searching for my map, and I'm kind of crapping myself thinking that the grenade launcher is miles back, but it's not. We did actually bring it to this room. I decide that acid rounds are the flavour of the day, because with the grenade launcher, acid rounds are kind of an odd ammo. Now, off the top of my head, I believe you actually get less acid rounds than anything else in a Resident Evil game, but they're only good against a very specific target. It's usually living creatures, as Barry Burton famously tells us in the non-remake. In fact, actually, you might say it in the remake as well. I've only played that one once as well. But yeah, I mean, most of the time, if I'm going to use the grenade launcher, I'll use the normal explosive rounds, which are okay. I mean, they're about as powerful, I believe, as about 2 shotgun blasts, so they're not amazing. But you know, or I use fire rounds, which are either really weak against certain things or really powerful. I'm not quite sure which, but acid rounds I never really use. Now, one thing I found out in the first game is acid rounds are actually a lot better against hunters than flame rounds. Now, I never knew that until I played the game again. I think that's when I Let's Played it last time, which ironically was straight after playing through it on the game DS. The DS is actually a very good version of the game. I was really disappointed that Resident Evil 2 never came out on the DS, because personally I thought it worked beautifully. So let's go grab our grenade launcher and have at that bastard one more time. Yeah, and we take the first aid spray as well, because you really don't want to take any chances with this guy. He can kill you so fast. And you can hear those little bats flying around, which always puts me on edge, because I always expect them to attack, but they don't, as far as I know. Right, so let's have at this ugly bugger one last time. Beautiful shot right on his toe. But however, I did miss the second shot. I actually waste most of these rounds, I believe. Oh no, I hit him twice. Look at that, 2 hits and he's already like really injured, which you can tell by the fact that he's got these crappy little friends with him. But anyway, so I think I run through here to regroup. Regroup with who, you might be asking? Well, I don't know either. But I run through here just to check my health, catch a breather, and panic, and maybe even shit a little. But I decided to go back out and face this ass. It's so hard to judge where to fire the grenade launcher, but first I take out a few of his little friends. Now these guys only take 1 shot each, but there's so many of them. And the problem with that is he keeps attacking you as well, so you don't really get a respite here at all, unless you leave the room. Now, I don't like leaving the room because I'm always paranoid that enemies get some of their health back or something like that. But anyway, what I basically decided here is you have got to kill all of his minions, because even if you leave 1 left, they still annoy the hell out of you. And they will continuously chip away at your health, as you can see there. So he is so hard to hit. However, I did headshot that little bat with a acid round, which I thought was quite funny. He just literally dissolves in midair. But I did waste all of those, which is kind of annoying. And but I decided to pepper this guy with more handgun ammo. And look at that! How annoying is that? You kill all of his little mates, and more come. So I guess in hindsight, I don't even know if it's worth trying to get these little guys. So here I'm thinking I'm in the shit because we have loads of little enemies. Yeah, I have to take another breather in this room. I have to collect my thoughts. I really am stumped here. I'm thinking to myself, how the hell can this guy still be going? So let's try some flame rounds for size. I mean, it just makes sense that a flying beast would, of his stature, might succumb to flame rounds. At least it made sense in my head, anyway. Right, let's have one last go at this guy. Okay. As you can see, that was a failure right there. So I decided there's no chance of hitting this guy until we get rid of these guys. But I inadvertently end up killing him with a pistol, which is awesome. Because that means we still have some fire rounds left. I enjoyed watching him die. I really enjoyed that. Felt satisfying. Right. Okay, so we're actually ready to regroup and meet Rebecca now. Looks like... ah, yes, I remember. So we actually need the hook shot. And this is where I felt another tingle of annoyance, because I was thinking to myself, I think I've left that hook shot all the way back in the mansion. And I'd be right. So, I think I send Rebecca back to get it. Nope, Billy's gonna do it. Or is he? Find out now. No, Billy doesn't even know himself. Right. So let's go and look. See, the first time I tried this before it sodded up, I actually think I took the hook shot with me. And this time when I retried it, yeah, I left it. We cannot leave it in here. That's bull crud. I really hate the way rooms have an item limit. So I take the Molotovs because we're going to need those anyway, and boy do they come in handy. But that's a story for another time. We have plenty of petrol left, which is good. Now where did I leave it? Yeah, back in the main mansion. Well, the main hall. So I don't know if it is a mansion. It's more of a research lab. Or a training facility, actually, I believe it is. Ironically, it looks far back, but it really isn't. However, this annoyed me. There's feckin' monkeys everywhere now, or eliminators as they're called. I walked right into that, and I was looking at myself thinking, crap, I haven't even got a weapon to fight him with. You really need the shotgun as a bare minimum to fight these guys. So I think no worries, get down the ladder. And shit, they're every bloody where. And the pistol, as you can see, does nothing. And I'm injured. So at this point I'm thinking to myself, am I even actually going to manage to get back with the hook shot? You know, it's funny because when the eliminators first turn up, and we dealt with them before, I was actually thinking to myself, I'm sure there are more of them in the game than that. There's not loads, but there was more. And yeah, we feckin' ran into them at the worst possible time. But hey, that's Resident Evil. That's what it does to you. You have to be prepared at all times. What did Desert Strike teach us? Not take chances.
Right.
Nikki reminds me of that of every second of every day. So anyway, we're back with the hook shot. Now I'm panicking a little bit here because I'm thinking I now have to grab this and then go all the way back through those bloody eliminators. Damn monkeys. But it's okay. If we had sent Rebecca, you probably wouldn't be watching this video. Yeah, Rebecca would have been eviscerated, I think. Or maybe she would have scraped by the skin of her teeth. Possibly. So, let's take our chances. Deep breath. And run! Run like fuck! And don't look back! It almost looks like he got scratched in the dick then. Which would be very unpleasant. So anyway, we just run. Don't look back. Run like hell! I was actually quite proud of how I dodged these guys. I thought these guys were going to get at least one hit in. I was thinking to myself, best case scenario here, we're going to get hit once. Worst case scenario, we'll be eviscerated horribly. But anyway, somehow, luckily we survived, and we now have the hook shot. Which is brilliant, because that's what we needed. Now, don't leave valuable equipment behind. Unfortunately, if you don't have a lot of experience with this game, you don't really know what's needed, which adds to the difficulty. And here I'm pointing out the fact I've noticed on the top of the building there is two like statues looking at you. I thought that bit was quite cool. Gargoyle-y type things. So anyway, let's use this hook shot and have a look. Right, what do we got? We have a roof. I wasn't sure what to do with the hook shot now, because I'm like, well, if we drop it here, then we need to come back and get it at some point, surely. So I just thought, sod it, we'll suffer along with it. We will climb down. So down we go. And what do we find? We're at the back of the church, which is quite convenient because we have some kind of switch. Caution, this circuit breaker appears to be supplying the power to the elevator. Nice. So yep, we'll switch that sucker on. And let there be light! We have a working elevator, which is awesome. Ah yes. Also, red herb. Which isn't that fantastic because we have so many red herbs now. I think we have 3. I might be wrong, we might have 2. But either way, we have way more red herbs, which are absolutely useless without green herb, than we have green herbs. A scenic view of the lake can be seen from this cliff. Yep, I'm sure in different circumstances that would be beautiful. Anyway, we unlock this door and head through. And that is the other side of this. So that was quite interesting. Now that bat boss, I always think, I think it is kind of a little bit unnecessary. Because he does sucker up quite a lot of ammo. So anyway, come on, Rebecca. Nope. Looks like we're going back inside the church. I think I'm going back to grab the ink ribbons. I think. I might be talking out my bum.
As ever.
Shut up, you. I'm being heckled. Oh no, of course, we're going back to get the shells. Certainly don't leave those puppies behind. And the ink ribbons, might as well take the lot. Of which we have bags of them now. We could probably save like every half an hour and still have enough time and still have enough ink ribbons to see us through. Now I save it here, obviously you've just seen that, and then the video ends.